All right. Sabri yeah wo a year rage. Yeah, Oman that Friday Lieutenant General John Rawlings. Nifie in chain office. I just say yeah, can Rebecca say. Just the any na abumu anesa. Na the attorney say NDC amanyuku executive a womo ewo framantemo. It's true a mabunu na wom any elections a womo to nansa ya no issues ahodo ne de course a womo hunu ye. Ene the way a womo hunu say nyema bi enkoye na ahyase eya ye nyema bi a epie ewo NDC amanyuku no mu no. Woma ba akra nchen se woma beka bi akyere no na afi eno akyi no ono nso de na futuo ama womo womo gidie se party no se sika semo ya ba mu pa wo sika wo benya position woni sika wo nya position ene nsɛmpi ti ebetwa ye ho aba ye mra no na ya ready a ebetumi afa ensɛm a ekoso ne meeting no nti ase ne say meeting no drew point bi a we might have to and especially yi pa no a but ne nyina akyi no ayebehwe yewi ayebehwe kra se papa J na ankasa ebetumi ene na edi nkomo ne agye nsɛm ba ko na mienu bi ede afri no nti yenko inside ona yentie nsɛm a wɔde to dwa na pampanyi dada J Rawlings na no yi a wɔde ebema.
Colleagues were involved in an accident?
No, sir. No, we are aware of that.
The other groups. Yes. Okay. But it wasn't too bad, was it?
It wasn't too bad.
Okay. Chief, welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Sorry, Chief.
Mr. President, I want to use this opportunity to officially engage with the leadership of NDC, the corporation, and also their deputies, and to take a moment to give the opportunity to Abdullah Salago for officially telling the proposal. Once again, you are warmly welcome to the official of the Rawlings, the founder of the NDC, and the chairman of the Transport Service.
Thank you. Introduction.
Yeah.
Okay. Self-introduction. Organizer of NDC.
Sit down, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We'll make it quicker.
Kwame Junior Chema, the Deputy Regional Youth Organizer.
Pascal Azam, Deputy Youth Organizer, not that.
Siba we Abubakar, Youth Organizer, when Johnson. Peter Hamel, Deputy Youth Organizer,
Angelo Noplim Abodi, Deputy Regional Youth Organizer, aspirant. Pedro Richard as the co-youth activist.
Nelson, the Youth Organizer, from the Sunset. Chipon Nova, Youth Organizer, go send
Stable Valuable Youth Organizer, Sarko.
Bonnie Edwin, Deputy Youth Organizer, Owe.
Michael Radical, Central Youth Organizer.
Radical. No, is that your name?
That's his name.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's okay, the colony.
Those minds we have to do that. One question. Northtown Deputy Youth Organizer.
Mauli Amu, Deputy Organizer, who is
Richard Nayo, Deputy Youth Organizer, Fantasam.
Angela, Youth Organizer, all.
Ubara, Zakaria, Youth Organizer, Paul Selom, former acting president, Kache.
Right on.
Apart from him, Deputy Youth Organizer,
some of one past youth organizer, sometimes.
None of them is the president.
Precious Agony, aka Emperor Beat, member of Ministry of Education. Onuku Ejo, Audrey, Youth Organizer, Northtown.
Edward Eli, Deputy Youth Organizer, who Central.
I guess you know the next one. Do all know him?
Yes.
Yamaman.
Okay.
We have our senior comrade, Mr. Adams Goma, senior comrade, Mr. KOFI TV.
Shoot.
Thank you.
You want to stand?
Yes, please. Your Excellency, thanks for accepting. It's okay. Sit down. Sit down.
This one.
Your Excellency, thanks for allowing us to have a space in your office this afternoon to have an interaction with you. We have a prepared test for the purpose of the media, and we want to read the statement, and then after that, we wish the media will excuse us to have an informal interaction with you. So, if I have your permission, I'll start. Good afternoon, Your Excellency, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, and your team of distinguished aides. Present before you this afternoon is a representation of the Volta Regional Youth Wing, comprising of constituency youth organizers and deputies, TAIN executives, youth from advocacy groups, and the regional youth organizer and deputies. Sir, we are here to pay courtesy call on you after our successful constituency and regional youth conference, and we are very grateful for the audience you granted us. As the founder of the NDC and as the chair of the Council of Elders, we came to assure you today of our commitment to the founding values of the NDC, which are probity, accountability, and social justice. We share in the belief that these priceless values are key to the sustenance of our social democratic philosophy as a party. Your Excellency, we join you also to express our serious disapproval to the current trend of excessive monetization of our electoral space within our body politics, as witnessed in the just ended regional elections. Your Excellency, the practice of sponsors using money and other material things to influence outcomes of elections in favor of their proxies they intend to control have the tendency to deny credible and capable youth without financial muscle the opportunity to serve our party in elected office in future. This trend only seeks to weaken our party. Your Excellency, kindly permit us to draw your attention to the absolute death of meritocracy within our party when in power. This situation has given rise to the culture of praise singing and bootlicking by some youth who sees this path as the only way of survival. Sadly, the practice where hard-working party officers were ignored in favor of families and friends, including political godsons and goddaughters, has given birth to the deadly spectacle of indifference and apathy, which were partly responsible for the disastrous outcome of the 2016 elections. Your Excellency, the Volta region and East Teeming youth will continue to hold the sway in any NDC electoral victory in the years to come because of our strategic positioning within the party. The years of neglect and lack of attention to key developmental needs of the region, particularly the Eastern Corridor roads, jobs for our youth, business support for our youth, and scholarship opportunities for our dedicated youth has led to the declining interest in our party by the aspirational class of our youth today. And if we talk of the aspirational class, we're talking about those in the universities, those that are out of school, looking for jobs and opportunities and cannot find them. Your Excellency, we are confident that if these concerns are addressed through concrete guarantees to assuage the fears of our youth and party members, our great party can surely come back alive and alight, even as we soldier on to an electoral victory in 2020. We therefore humbly call on you today to use the influence of your high office to ensure our party returns to the path of meritocracy, where those truly working in the trenches can be assured of their rewards after our victory tomorrow. Your Excellency, the Volta Youth Wing wishes to express our appreciation and profound gratitude to you and your family for the remarkable tolerance, patience, and maturity you exhibited in the wake of numerous insults and abuse directed at you and your family by some party members in recent past. We crave your indulgence to continue to tolerate and forgive those who wrong you in the past and in future, since such characters are in the minority. We pray for the Solomonic wisdom and the Abrahamic love for you in handling such situations. We wish to assure you of the readiness of the Volta Youth Wing to do our possible best to guard against such misbehaviors by any entity directed at our elders going forward. Your Excellency, we, the Volta Youth, notice with much joy and encouragement your recent positive and kind pronouncements and solidarity message during the just ended NDC regional conferences. We also wish to humbly appeal to you and your high office to actively guide and support our leadership, the party, and East Teeming youth in our quest to win elections 2020. We have the firm belief that your rich experience over the years and your spiritual blessings will serve as a moral compass and a guiding light to our future successes and victories. We believe strongly that with your involvement, Victory 2020 shall be a reality to restore hope to our suffering youth and bring general relief to the Ghanaian public struggling under this insensitive MPP government. We once again want to thank you sincerely for the kind audience you've granted us. And may God bless you and protect you now and always. Long live our founder, long live the NDC, and long live Ghana. We seek to make a better place. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been ages since I heard this kind of direct language espousing what we really stand for. This is the new reflection of those who have emerged to take up the leadership. And I hope it continues this way. You know? We've grown weak with the passage of time. But let me just share one little incident with you. I'd like to assume that when we left office, when I left office, we were pretty strong enough. I mean, even though we had lost the election, in terms of our beliefs, self-belief, our respect, our value system. And yet, in those first few months, I think the MPP under KOFI's leadership also decided they'll have to do what they need to do to consolidate their victory, and they resorted to some very foul activities. One of them, understandably, when they decided to regionalize the recruitment of personnel into the armed forces. Never used to be so. From the Volta region, they sent a senior officer to go and recruit about 40 people, properly well-qualified personnel. And yet, halfway through the recruitment procedure, every single one of those 40 people was sent back home as being unqualified. Do you know what they did? They took the certificates of your very qualified people and attached their marks to other failures from other regions. And they rather had the opportunity to enter, and they sent very qualified people home. I mean, when I look back at some of these things, I used to ask myself, how weak could we have grown? Could we have become that something so perfidious, something so mean could have been done to people and there was no one to raise a hue and cry? To what extent had they so badly terrorized us, shocked us? What happened? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. In the case of even Brong Ahafo, they took the names of 13 people and, qualified people and attached it to some of their unqualified people. They almost grounded the Air Force. Good aircrafts were grounded. And they profited from it. They went and purchased aircrafts not as good as the ones we used to have, at some exorbitant prices. Not even 37 could be spared. We have a long way to go. But let me simply say a great and big congratulations to those of you who've been able to break through and kept your values intact. Because I hear, apart from the cash, which had to be doubled, you had fridges, flat screen TVs. I mean, things that we don't even hear MPP doing. Huh, Chief? And we are the ones doing this. To what extent do these people want to destroy the NDC? It's not good enough. I used to hear that CIA and whatnots, this is not for you guys, CIA and whatnots, here pretty soon to organize a conference so they can sort of spread this kind of information and news to the general public, hoping the government then will also take the necessary steps to do what needs to be done. But just keep in the back of your mind that this is something out of which you can make good money and medication as well. Okay? What else? Many years ago, when we were engaging in another campaign, I don't know whether it was the 2000 campaign, but in one of the central belt little villages or towns, Dr. Kumbo misplaced or lost his mobile phone. And we couldn't wait. We had to continue the journey. This was in the Brongafo Northern area. And I told him, I'm not prophesying or what you call it, seeing into what you call it, but I was very much aware of the new quality, that sense of determination in our people. As a result of that, I said to Dr. Kumo, don't worry, you'll get your phone back. I was dead sure that somebody would find it and send it to us. Before we reached the final destination, they had found the phone and sent it to us. Do you understand what I'm saying, gentlemen? When, during Nkrumah's time, I think one of our fighters fell into the sea. They couldn't find it, they couldn't find the bodies. Many years later, when it happened in my time and dropped in the same place, what happened? I knew we would find it. And indeed, our people found it. One, Navy diving instructor, plus some short midget of a man from Akosombo, out in the sea, rough, tough, tight currents, they were able to locate the plane deep in the water. Do you understand where I'm coming from? The spirit of determination had returned to this country. Integrity had returned to the people of this country. Because people had grown tired of the foolishness. You know something? When the evil ones, we left office and the evil ones came on board. Oh, you know something? The wickedness of that journalist is very smart. It did me in well, good, and proper. If he had listed, tabulated the evil things that man was doing, everybody would have read and concluded the man is evil. But no, he did not tabulate all the evil things I talked about. Instead, he just went and put, he is evil, without the evidence. So how do you expect people to behave? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So let me get back to my story. When I'm talking about the evil ones are so smart that they'll be watching out for this kind of rare courage. People who would dive that deep for that long and locate the broken parts of the plane. When the fire burst in my house, in that place, I saw some young man, and I thought I recognized him as one of the Navy guys. I said, I know you somewhere. I've met you before. He said, yes, he's the diver, blah, 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 blah. So I said, what are you doing here? I expect him to be at his workplace in the Navy. No, he had been chased out of the Navy because General Hamidou did not want such brave, courageous people in the Navy. Do you get it? So when I'm complaining, I mean, there were so many things that were done wrong that Mills should have looked into. He refused. We're swimming against the tide. You know? And let me say it again, that
For a healthy life, I choose fruity water. Fruity water has no sugar and no calories. It comes in many varieties. We have the green apple, pineapple, strawberry, and many more. For bulk purchase, contact 0248 35 9435.
Was your former fan Chamina?
In English.
Edru baby no.
In English.
Your name again?
My name is Matthias Alagbo. I'm also called Kabila.
Okay. And your position, you are the...
I'm the Volta Regional Youth Organizer of NDC.
So what exactly was the concern? Yes, I have your speech to you, but what is the gravity of this complaints?
Well, we are here today to pay a courtesy call on our founder. Everybody else you see, we've all just been elected into office for a 4-year mandate. And we want to make a mark. We want to succeed in office. And the ultimate of that achievement we want is to win election 2020. And you know that we lost 2016 because of one or two issues. And so we came to our founder today as the spiritual head of our party to Giorgio to seek his opinion and also to consult with him and then have some guidance about how we can go about our activities to be able to change the things that culminate in our defeat in 2016. So that when we reach the battle lines in December of 2020, victory should be the ultimate and it should be the easiest for us to achieve. And that is why we are here. And if you are asking what are the most important or the salient issues, the first has to do with youth neglect. It's a fact that voter region is the determinant of NDC's elections. If NDC have to win, there is the voter region. So this is the hen that lays the golden egg. So for that matter, it is very important that you cannot take away from the fact that some very important developmental needs of this region or the voter region need to be taken care of. Today, the issue we are still talking about, the Eastern Corridor Road, though we have started it belatedly. Unfortunately, the NPP came and they have nothing to lose, so they stopped all the work on the Eastern Corridor Road. Today, it is such a very, very bad road that many people dare to travel on. Then we're talking about youth employment. Of course, we have a teeming number of our youth coming out of the universities, out of the training colleges today. The NPP, through their deceit, even those coming from the training colleges like the health institutions cannot be posted. So they are all home without job. So we have to chart a new path about how to bring entrepreneurship development training to our people so that besides vocational training, we should be able to have a life to start with. And that is what must form the pivotal part of the NDC manifesto going into 2020. And there's no place else for us to come than our founder, His Excellency Flight Lieutenant General John Rawlings. And we know for sure that if the NDC is able to come out clearly, to be able to spell out policies that directly affect the problems of our youth today, we will be such an unbeatable machine going to 2020 and the victory will be for us all.
So are you concluding that the neglect of the founder somehow affected your chances in the previous elections?
We're talking about youth neglect. The youth neglect.
You talk of you sat down to analyze, to understand what exactly led to your defeat, and that was why you came to the founder.
We have stated very clearly here. This is NDC. President Rawlings is NDC. NDC is President Rawlings. Anybody who becomes the leader of the NDC and believe in winning power must know that we cannot do without former President Rawlings. That's why we are here. So it's a new leader or new king, new laws. We believe in that philosophy. We believe that the founding principles of the party, that's the probity, accountability, and social justice. It is key because that is what is the whole basis of the egalitarian principle of our party, that everybody needs to be given equal opportunity, to have a better livelihood. And this is the man. So if you're looking for direction, this is where you're supposed to come. So we as youth, this is where we started from. This is where we have come back to seek direction, to consult with our founder, and also to introduce ourselves to him that, yes, we have been elected to steer the affairs of the region for the next 4 years to come. And we want to succeed. So we want his guidance and his support. That's why we're here.
Okay. In your speech, you did state sponsors. What is happening? People being sponsored. Were you sponsored yourself?
I was not sponsored. Because there's this terrible situation that is taking place, and I'm sure it is not just limited to the NDC alone. Other parties is there. There are people who have vested interest, so they bring money to sponsor candidates. Unfortunately, they are not candidates that can work to deliver the victory, but they are candidates they believe that when they win, they can control. So control of the party becomes the main objective. So aside us that you see here, we struggle to come through because we are candidates and we are our own sponsors. We don't have people that back us with resources or anything. That is, for us to come through, it should tell you that we have given a message to the electorate and they find that message compelling.
Okay. All right, thanks, Kabila. I want to speak to one other person who speaks. Okay, you are the deputy. So, what country?
Debbie.
Debbie. Also, Debbie.
Debbie. I don't speak Tree, so maybe you can speak Ewe or English.
So I'm trying to get one other person who can speak Tree. Yes, I know, but probably there will be one person who can. You can, okay. Your friend saying?
Your friend Richard Nayo.
Okay, what position you there?
You're deputy youth organizer in Kwanta South.
Much as sikasem course pa elections no mo ka ho bi na mama ba ha ya na
Pacha yen nti na eba ha no na ye nyina ya ba na agenda ne se na Nyankopon ya aduma ye be boa ana ye be share adwumaden ase na 2020 no ye betumi NDC betumi aba back 2020 eno se akode no na youth no ye pese de ye hye ase na ye hye obia enyonyam se ombra board na ye nyina ntumi mbra na ye meyi corruption na ekoso ewo system no mu no ye mbra na ye metu ase na Ghana obia ntumi nya ne ho fa hudie no ntumi ye adwuma na onya sika enhye ne botom eni nti na ya ba ye yankasa ye founder ye former president honum se ono nso mbra abonte na omeboa ye na ombekasa ma yen na youth no ye ntumi mbra na ye meboa ye maame no na ye papa no na ye nyina ntumi mfa Ghana enkosi brepaso.
Like I say, mojidi se niema nkoyi nti na moba na ho.
Niema nkoyi nam se ono ye former president no obi a se pe afutu obi a ye se ba ne ho no because we kita Ghana no pen nti onim se na Ghana mabuo no ete enti na I say yen youth no dachi nti na yetu anamo aba ne nchen.
Okay, yeah, that's CP. Mamene so your first name
Bonnie Edwin.
Bonnie Edwin, mo nhyiamu no ebi wo ho aya ntena mu bi mo ye satisfied the course no nyina watumu full enough.
Ne wom say ne papa no
position ye den.
Me position is deputy organizer. Deputy organizer how constituency. And person me can say train me to make can mami mixing. I'm very happy of meeting our founder, former president, Flight Lieutenant General Rawlings, giving a lot of education concerning what is happening in the country alongside the NDC. We learned a lot from him today, and some of us are very, very grateful of meeting him one-on-one, hearing a lot of things from him to develop the country once again. And I would like to continue. The main reason who brought us here is we are very happy meeting him because sometimes ago, 2016, we face it difficult to see him on a platform. So now we are appealing to him, getting to the 2020 election. We believe we learn a lot from him, and we now believe firmly that in the 2020 election campaign year, we will be very, very happy to see him on a platform, and he will bring a lot of ideas to the party, and the party will come back to his position that he was.
Gentlemen, are you also an executive?
No, I want him to.
Are you an executive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not me, please.
Oh, no, let's talk.
No.
He just told me that you people are gunning for the former president to be on the campaign platform. From the indications, what you picked, do you think that is possible?
Very true. What is going to happen?
Your name and your position?
My name is Sandra Jeffrey Alvin. I'm a youth activist from Pando. NDC youth activist. We all want the people who work for the party. We don't want a situation whereby people will sponsor people to come and occupy positions and they will not be able to work. So I'm not gunning for anybody yet, but we will make sure the right persons occupy the right positions. That's all I can say for now.
All right. Yeni be kasa. Ono na de nkomo a won Papa J be di ye no na meti ye na me say na Papa J fie na mo be di wi ho nkomo how could you enwa kwaba
ye nua
mpombo ko de
enyame ado.
Okay, we ni ye den
Irene Okrayim.
Okay, Irene meti say na oni onua ba mo cheche wi so mfaso a kire Papa J na me say na wi so mfaso de ade mo de be den de important na mo pesa mo ka.
Okay, the person can say your economic benefits efa bibia ho social media buy no enye se ni na akoye papa nko a ye won bone. However no ya timi manage enya papa efremu. Why not look in the same direction for marijuana? Your friend commonly or we for friend no. And you made the na make efa eduro bi ho your friend Masaya abo nipa bebre etimi akyo nkrofo ye say omo cancer omo in 1 month. But since after taking the drug, it's me a cure for more depression. It's me a cure for more back pains. Into adding a share economic benefits. Never if you say I'm on it, the we products on THC in the film. THC in the mouth, nya, mouth co high, so no anite mouth bodam no, and on uchi film now touching now, you can be no now, ultimately, the yama baby, the year in quite 18. The year in quiet extra, the oil say it's 3 18 yama. Into adding I also to me and Gia we know what to me and how do I call export it? Because that way, you bet me some economic benefits from it. Than say you bet punishing Crawford. What they go to prisoner? When a chess omunya winnie bio omunya. So they come out west. However, no say ochioma. I don't know mom paper Ghana ifi. Momon prepra, momon se rano, but for Mukoto Rehabilitation Center, that way, no, you are not wasting the taxpayers' money on them in prison, but rather government is also benefiting from them. Until we are looking at the economic benefits. Yenim say BBI starts here our problems, but you're putting in the right structures. BBI better also like, they no near advocating for.
Una now masa sorry na so uni abana na masa. Una o max small girl bia. Na dwen ye be 40%.
40 ne maame wo no 3 days later I realized say no nya seizures nti omo yi na dwen 40% to stop the seizures. However no na akola no ontimi endidi ye ontimi nsu ye ontimi movie ye. Nti no ye dwen hu no odwen hu no hu say there be aden na men try marijuana planting. So ye ne ba ne fie duro bia so. Ah no nim say so ye ne fie duro so obetimi ewu. But however, no ojide we a drone no yamane bano. So ye man bano 6 months later, who say akolano or movie or ye be fine. Since akola need 2 years. You can't just akola when ye 40% of the brain out unjindi because we're acting normal just like any other child. So say akola ketwa cry that means there's no side effects for anybody.
Enti mo call na saying directly.
Yeah, call and say we are advocating for the decriminalization first of that's people who use drugs, that's problematic drug users, and also we are looking at a possibility of legalizing marijuana in terms of.
That's me make I say busumru kofi na order for me a call for legalization no. Money ni share answer no frame.
Idea of course anka ye be a conference efa we ho anka no ne be di enim amaye nso ankoba ne ye we frame. However no ye gidi say if we fight on for it to be legalized, maybe an crime will be an any budget. Say we are not backing down at all. We are going ahead to advocate for it to be legalized.
More Papa J was on the on time which.
Aye, yeah, but yeah, and you're on no pay your company for be brave. A binum ajatu, me binum so take time. But however, no, yenya negative feedback, will be unchained. See a ban and change say on seeing or ye na papa or you be so GBB dear in himself or see a passionate about it until you ban and change and the baby come.
Any feedback to say?
Oh, on one so we and your links I bet me I share with you about the drag any the I am uncle for even call Forbes magazine. Just type Messiah 3000 Forbes magazine. A friend of modern day Lazarus oil and a Bible we name himself Lazarus. Oh we no oh sorry. Since will be fair BB modern day Lazarus oil. It's on the potency of this drug. And a free marijuana so there say you draw baby say brown and half wa e be nya ni bebre
so cause say land near very fertile exactly opa say ye nua bebre
say aban ma ho kwan na say policies no omutimi reform policies no na say obema ho kwan say ye ndua na legalize ya e be export am for countries say Canada and Holland or more using Holland has legalized marijuana for over 20 years but yet they have the less criminal activities going on there. So then yeah train. Ebe hu na akachi. Na obi akone na Ghana de akachi.
Obi we say anka say ewure you say ye makwan no manfo nkohwe wi. Sa na oka.
Me nkasa, me ankasa no no cream me use bi. However, me use bi for me cream. Me cream I'm using ebi wom for my hair, for my body ebi wom. Enti me
Any akomojem.
Say obi using na say ebetimi cure cancer, ebetimi cure depression. Then you people are abusing tramadol. There are other drugs people are abusing. Paracetamol and alcohol abusing. So if the so-called legal drugs for abuse, we should just find good structures or good ways. Say they introducing to system in for abusing. Nipa ankasa no what they are and any legal to be able to DNT any legal. All legalizing is I sell ton condom e pharmacy shop. Obi kwa offer so beko. But ton marijuana e medicinal marijuana obi ferry and I say like it's legal so there's nothing dope about it anymore. And anything you advocate for.
Within the bill.
Me patch your friend Irene or crying.
Okay. And Irene say we never yanka into one among ye. May I be CNP. And on this note no they were we no but then mempa chokakra mo na mo me comments ni nyina but the point is do point bi no mo ye say yentwa so entina yamfa ni nyina papa je nsem ni nyina amro no mo fa nche enye wapa ye say na ya say ye ma ne nsem ni bi aka echi mo fa nche me in fact I saw mo comment na bra call we had to go on that wire it was monfa enche but ochina yebeko amamata ho ma won say ebi mu bi say amamata ho asem amamata has been rushed to the hospital as to what is happening ochina ebema update Erusia have a good evening.